Sabatical, in your words, what's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, obviously it's been in my contract, but I've been tossing up whether to take up an extended break or not, and basically I thought that the timing was right. It's just a great chance for me to step back from rugby and really refresh my sort of body and mind, so mentally and physically, just get away from the game. And ultimately I'd love to be a part of 2015, and I think by doing this, gives me a better chance to sort of prolong my career.
You mentioned sort of injury niggles in the release that came out. What in particular is going on with your body that you've got to sort of, I guess, get back up to speed?
There's a few various little things that I've had over the last couple of years, and it's been a bit frustrating, with hamstring sort of tears, calf niggles, ankles, little things like that. My body that, I guess, the wear and tear of playing professional rugby for the last 11 years, does take a bit of a toll on your body. So, this 6 months will be a great chance to, I guess, work and sort of refresh and work on those little niggles.
When you look back at the start of your career, how much easier was it to get out of bed for training and that sort of stuff?
I'd be lying to say it's still the same, but as your career does go on, you have to put a lot more emphasis on things like recovery, and it's not as easy as it was in the first couple of years professional footy, because of the toll it takes on your body. But in saying that, I've got an opportunity now to at the start of next year to freshen up and actually do a bit of training as well, and work hard on getting my body right to try and play a few more years.
Is this something that you've wanted to do for a while, but perhaps the year after the World Cup and timing and those sorts of things?
Yeah, I think when you do have an opportunity like this, you got to do it at the right time for yourself individually. And I just thought that start 2014, the timing was right. If I pushed it back another year, 2015, probably a little bit close to to the World Cup and things like that. So for me, the timing is great. Obviously, you have the opportunity as well to play overseas, which I took up in 2008, 2009, and I did look into that option as well this time. But the more I thought about it, just wasn't the best option for me. So taking this time away and not playing any rugby at all for 6 months is really going to freshen me up.
And is it something you have to manage? I mean, I don't imagine they'd let Richie and yourself take the Crusaders season off, sort of thing. You have to sort of fit in as well.
Well, basically, I'm away from the Crusaders environment and All Black environment for the first 6 months of next year, and then returning to play. It's just something that you manage closer to the time. I haven't really thought too much about that, but I'll have those conversations with Steve, Todd, my club coaches and things like that. Close to the time in the middle of next year when looking at returning to play.
And good time for family?
Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a bonus as well, having a young family. It'd be good to spend some extra time with them, but it's not the main reason I'm doing it. It's more to really work on looking after my body and also just getting away sort of mentally, having a break as well.
Did you talk to Richie at all about his experience in doing this, and would that have been doing the decision?
Yeah, I have. I've spoken to him and just seen him, the way that he's really refreshed and mentally he's excited as he's ever been, because he's taken a step back away from it. So from my perspective, I think his break has been a success, and there's going to be a lot of similarities between his break and my break in terms of just getting away from the game and freshening up.
How important are these options? Going to keep you refreshed, keep players like yourselves in New Zealand for much longer?
I think it's a case by case basis. It's not going to work for everyone, but if the opportunity does come up for certain players that have played at top level for a long time, and if it does mean keeping them in the country and hopefully sort of prolonging their All Black career and playing for the All Blacks and in New Zealand for longer, then I can only see that as a benefit.
Playing rugby at all during the break, the club or anything like that?
No, there's a few speculation about playing a full club season. I'm not sure where that come from. Probably the old man threw something out there. I'm sure he'd love that, but no, I'm not going to be playing any rugby in that 6 months. So return to play, I'll decide what happens close to the time.
Just wake up at home or travel? Or
I'm going to be based in New Zealand. I haven't really thought too much about travelling or made any plans like that. The most important thing for me is just getting away from rugby for 6 months, actually being able to do some training to look after some of these niggles that I've had over the last couple of years, and also just freshen up, and just get away from the game.
Do you have any plans for surgery at all during the break? Or do you think it needs to be
No, so far so good, but obviously, still a big season ahead, and but the body is feeling pretty good now. But it's just a matter of working hard, when in camp with the physios and medical staff to just keep on top of things. But I'm pretty good at the moment, so no plans on
Did you
that.
consider it all going in a different order, like Conrad taking his during the end of the year to a different time of the year? Did you consider it, or what do you guys think about when you sort of looking at that?
It's a really tough decision of the timing of when to take it, because the Crusaders and All Blacks both mean a lot to me, and I love playing for both sides, and the timing was tough, but I just love playing in the black jersey, and all going well, potentially only miss 3 All Black games, and hopefully after a break we'll be motivated to get back, and work towards getting back in the black jersey.
Dan, you mentioned you could have gone overseas. Where did you turn your offers down from?
I looked all over sort of Europe and Japan, just explored all the options really, but not into too much depth. Once I sort of realised that it was more beneficial for me to actually take a step way back from rugby and not try and play somewhere else.
Of course, you got injured on your last time when you did go over to Europe. And was it really tempting though to go back and maybe prove yourself a bit over there, but unfinished business in a way?
Not really. No, kind of. It was just I was at a different stage of my career. 4 or 5 years ago when I played in France, and at that time that's exactly what I needed to motivate me and have a new challenge. But a few years older now, and I think just looking after my body and not playing is the best thing for me.
We'll wrap up there, guys. Last question, Dan. Just tonight's game and a bit of the community aspect of it. What does it mean for the All Blacks to be getting down to the ground roots level at a club ground in front of a club grandstand and that type of stuff?
They were really excited actually. It was a great experience that we had at Pukekohe last year, playing against Auckland and counties, and it was a great success. The locals coming out and supporting that, and we've got another opportunity tonight at the Hut. So I'm sure not only the players will enjoy being part of it, but also the fans that are able to come along and watch the game. So as an All Black, we're looking forward to it.
What are you guys wanting to achieve out of tonight?
I guess for a lot of guys haven't played a lot of rugby in the last sort of three weeks or so. So game time is really important going into a huge test match next week. So just working on a few combinations and getting back into playing really.
And just when you return to the Crusaders next year, Dan, Richie came in quite late in bench appearance, late in the campaign. Do you envisage doing it the same way, or are you trying to do it slightly differently?
Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest, whether I'll play for the Crusaders or not, but basically it's those conversations with Toddy and the appropriate people closer to the time, depending on how things go and how the team's going and that. So nothing's set in stone just yet.
So you're waiting for another Super Rugby team potentially for next season?
Oh no, I'm locked in with the Crusaders for the next couple of years. Yeah.
Dan,
Thank you.
it's not 2015.